Welcome to the commencement exercises of 2020. This has not been a year like any other, and it is certainly not the year you and your families envisioned from the day you walked into school in September or when you began your careers 12 years ago. This has been a difficult end to the school year, and we all realize that. But you, the awesome class of 2020, have handled this wonderfully. I thank you for your patience. I thank you for your grit and your tenacity. I thank you for continuing to focus on today, which is your commencement day. While we have not completed the school year in the fashion we wanted, don't let today's circumstances overshadow all that you have accomplished, because you've accomplished so much. We are a better school system because of you and your commitment to all that you have undertaken. Enjoy today, enjoy the commencement exercises, know that you are AACPS awesome. Congratulations, class of 2020.
and gentlemen, and welcome to South River High School's graduation ceremony. My name is David Faust, President of the Class of 2020. Our senior class officers and hosts of the ceremony are Vice President Madeline Leichart, Vice President Andrew Peterson, Treasurer Grant Rudissel, Secretary Leo Charlie Pacher, and Historian Kevin Tang. Please welcome Grant as he leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
At this time, please rise and join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for our national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for our national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. We will now welcome Madeline Leichart as she introduces our honored guests and elected officials.
At this time, I am pleased to introduce the members of our Board of Education and honorable elected officials. The Honorable Michelle Corpedal, President, Board of Education. The Honorable Eric Grannon, Member, Board of Education. Dr. George Arlotta, Superintendent of Anne Arundel County Public Schools. Monique Jackson, NBCT Deputy Superintendent, Student and School Support. The Honorable Sarah Elfreth, Maryland State Senate. The Honorable Seth Howard, Maryland House of Delegates. The Honorable Stuart Pittman, Anne Arundel County Executive. The Honorable Jessica Hare, Anne Arundel County Council, and our Principal, Mr. William Myers. Please welcome Andrew Peterson as he introduces our honored speaker from the Board of Education.
It is my pleasure to introduce Michelle Corpedal, President of Anne Arundel County Board of Education. Mrs. Corpedal was elected as a member of the Anne Arundel County Board of Education in 2018. She has spent her career raising a family while serving her community through a variety of nonprofit organizations and innovating in business. Here to bring us greetings this afternoon on behalf of the board, please welcome Mrs. Michelle Corpedal.
On behalf of the Board of Education, it is my distinct honor to welcome parents, guardians, families, teachers, and administrators to this exciting and ultimate celebration of South River High School's Class of 2020. This graduation ceremony and the accomplishments of you, our graduating seniors, led by our dedicated principal, William Myers, and his team, are the definitive moment of AACPS. I want to stop for a moment and pay special tribute to Mr. Myers, who is ending a 49-year career of service to our children this year. Sir, you epitomize what educators should be, and I salute you for the positive impact you have had on countless students. You will truly be missed, but the legacy of your work will live on for decades to come in our halls. I want to also recognize so many who have made this graduation a reality, because graduating from high school happens by design and is truly a team effort. Graduates, your family and friends have all made sacrifices so that you would be successful. These sacrifices have included giving you rides, quieting the house for study time, and when help was needed for a test, tryout, project, giving it willingly, and most importantly, just being there when you needed someone to understand. They are here to share this rewarding moment with you because they have all played a part in you becoming a graduate today. Teachers dedicate themselves year after year to finding new, innovative ways to teach you. Dr. George Arlotto and his administration provided the roadmap to make sure you got there, safe and sound. And every year, our communities and local businesses, volunteers and civic groups rededicate themselves to supporting our schools, all so the next generation can go out into the world well prepared and well educated. And then we get to maybe the most impressive, hardworking team members of all, you, the graduating class of 2020. You've traveled a course no other class has, and you've done it with grit, determination, and a willingness to adapt to circumstances you've never encountered. The diploma you have earned represents your individuality and the mark you have made on South River High School and on those who have shared this journey with you. I have no doubt of the potential for greatness in each and every one of you. And let's not forget that you got yourself here, and it was no accident. Through the wins and losses, exams, performances, conferences, concerts, COVID, you prevailed. You sat in the classes, did the work in school and at home, practiced the drills. You learned to become active in your education. And in all those lessons and hard work have led you to this moment. Ralph Waldo Emerson has to be my favorite author of all time. And I've always thought that if someone else says what you mean, quote them unapologetically. So before we move on to the next recognition speech, I hope you will indulge me 3 quick Emerson quotes I find appropriate in this moment. 1, explore and explore and explore. Be neither chided nor flattered out of your position of perpetual inquiry. 2, the good news is that the moment you decide that what you know is more important than what you've been taught to believe, you will have shifted gears in your quest for abundance. Success comes from within, not from without. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. And 3, cultivate the habit of being grateful for every good thing that comes to you and to give thanks continuously. And because all things have contributed to your advancement, you should include all things in your gratitude. As you venture out, remember that South River High School is always your home and that you are loved and worthy of every opportunity you encounter in life. I imagine a day, years from now, when you will pull out an old Seahawks t-shirt from the back of your drawer and be reminded with great fondness who you are and where you came from. In that moment, remember today is the beginning of the path you will have traversed and the people that sent you forth from here. And for one last time, as your school board representative, let me just say, Hawks rock. On behalf of the Anne Arundel County Board of Education, congratulations, class of 2020.
Principal William Myers will be retiring this year, ending a meaningful career contributing to the education of hundreds of students in Anne Arundel County. His outstanding service to our schools will be long remembered. Please welcome our principal, Mr. William Myers, as he addresses the class of 2020 for the last time.
Good afternoon, President Corkendall, Mr. Grannon, Dr. Arlotto, Ms. Jackson, honored guests, parents, and the class of 2020. Today is certainly historic, As a result of unprecedented events, South River High School will hold its first ever recorded graduation ceremony. I must confess my disappointment in not being able to stand before you in person today. Miss giving you the handshake and a few words of encouragement as you lead the stage and hopefully begin your journey to a very successful future. Saying that, nothing can diminish the pride I feel as I stand here today. I've had the honor of watching you grow and mature over the past 4 years. Your accomplishments always amaze me. Whether it was a dance recital, an athletic contest, a school play, or a musical performance, I was there able to share the joy and excitement with you. Your commitment to making a difference in the lives of others reflects in your support for the Harvest for the Hungry, the Special Olympics, and Relay for Life, which are only a few of the examples that you have done to show your desire to give back to your school and community. Every day over the past 4 years, I've taken the opportunity to give you a few words of wisdom and something to think about. Today is the last time to give it my best shot. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." I believe the class of 2020 has the strength and conviction to live your dream and make them a beautiful reality. To help you along the way, I'm going to give you a little advice as you begin your journey. First of all, decide what you want in life. Identify the things you do well and you like doing. Next, create that vision of success. Dream. Make a commitment to achieve it. Make a plan for achieving your dream. Don't ask yourself, can I do it? Instead say, how can I do it? Once you know where you're going to go, prepare yourself for your journey. And that journey is going to have 3 phases. It will have action, learning, and application. Any journey begins by taking the first step. And once you do that, along the way, you're going to make mistakes. Learn from them. And then from that learning, apply them to help you accomplish your goals. And lastly, when you achieve your goal, start over. The journey never ends. I'll conclude with a quote from Bear Bryant, head coach of the University of Alabama football team, one of the most successful football coaches in the history of college football. He once said, "If anything goes bad, I did it. If anything goes kind of good, we did it. If anything goes really good, you did it." Class of 2020, I'm proud to say you did it. It's my hope years from now you'll look back at your days at South River High School and be able to say you were proud to be a Seahawk. May every day of your journey be a great one, and thank you for the wonderful memories. Always remember, we are South River, and never forget to make it a great day.
Each year, the member of the senior class elected class president delivers the commencement address. Our class president will be attending the University of Maryland, College Park, where he will be majoring in business marketing. It is my pleasure to introduce to you South River High School's president of class of 2020, David Faust. I would like to start off by thanking my family and friends for their unwavering support throughout all of high school. I would also like to thank my grandmother for everything that she taught me, because I know that she would be so proud of me for making it to where I am now. First, I would like to congratulate all my classmates for making it through 4 enjoyable years at South River High School. I completed my first draft of this graduation speech back in January, and boy, has a lot happened since then. This year may not have panned out the way we wanted, but that's just how life works. Clearly, this is not the traditional graduation that we all dreamed of having since we stepped through the doors on the first day of high school, but it is only right that we can come together one last time to celebrate all that we've persevered through. Graduation to most people is receiving your high school diploma, taking a few pictures with your family, and then moving one step closer to the next phase of your life. In my eyes, our graduation emulates much more than this. Today represents all the nights you missed out on hours of sleep to finish some homework or study for a test. Today represents the friendships you made during your time in high school that will last a lifetime. Today represents the electrifying feeling after getting a playoff win against Brodnick under those Friday night lights. And finally, today represents all of our efforts paying off and being able to truly reap the fruits of our labor. For those of you in the audience who do not know me, I was an active member of numerous extracurriculars at South River High School, such as sports teams, our Student Government Association, the National Honor Society, and various clubs and organizations. This is one aspect of South River High School that I truly appreciated. If you as a student felt like you wanted to be a part of a cause, there was a club, team, or group for you. We are not a school where everyone knew all of their classmates, but there was a place for everyone that walked through the doors every morning. The teachers at South River High School cared about us more than just as a student they were forced to teach. They treated us with respect and made us feel like they cared about our well-being and success, and even believed in us more than we did in ourselves sometimes. Despite running into obstacles like the fire alarm going off while we were taking the SAT and having our scores invalidated, or taking pretty much the entire second semester at home, we have a great deal of accomplishments as a class. We had sports programs that were turned around for the better, and teams that continued the dynasty while accumulating several state championships. We had entertaining shows put on by a theater company, dance company, hip-hop collab, the school band, and of course the He-Hawks, as well as many other groups. So while we could look back at our time and think of a few occurrences that were not so great, these moments are futile in the grand scheme of things, and we have made it here to our high school graduation as part of one of the most prestigious and decorated classes this school has ever seen. So I encourage you to think of all the great accomplishments we had as a group and be proud that we've made a positive mark on this community. I would like to conclude with a quote from someone who influenced a great deal of us while growing up. I have mentioned throughout this speech the legacy that we as students are leaving behind. And when Kobe Bryant was asked about leaving behind a legacy, he stated, "It's the one thing you can control. You are responsible for how people remember you, or don't, so don't take it lightly." From this point forward, I ask my classmates to remember this quote. Continue to leave behind a legacy where those around you remember you as a kind, passionate, or humble person. I know we are leaving behind a great legacy here at South River, and let's make sure it doesn't end here. So let's make it a great day, South River. Mr. Myers will now acknowledge academic awards earned by the members of our class. This will be followed by the awarding of diplomas and the summa cum laude selected speaker's farewell address. Our guidance counselors, Mr. Bickle, Ms. Canavazzi, Ms. Richard, Mr. Brainer, Ms. Smith, and Ms. Arnold will read the graduates' names.
In 2017, Anne Arundel County Schools implemented the Latin Honors System to recognize graduates in Anne Arundel County. The cum laude system recognizes exceptional academic achievement by graduating students and is delineated into 3 levels. Cum laude, or with honors, is for all students who have achieved a 3.4 or higher unweighted GPA calculated after the 7th semester in high school. These students are recognized today with a bronze stole. Will all cum laude students please stand now, and we may applaud your achievements. Please stand. Magna cum laude, or with great honors, is for students who have earned a 4.0 weighted GPA. These students are recognized today by their silver stoles. Will all students who have earned magna cum laude please be recognized and stand at this time? And finally, summa cum laude, or with highest honors, is for all students who have earned a 4.3 weighted GPA or higher. These seniors are wearing gold stoles and will be recognized individually when their names are called as they receive their diplomas. Please welcome Mr. Eric Grannon to the podium as we begin our recognition of the graduating class of 2020. Graduates, please stand. On behalf of the faculty and staff at South River High School, I recommend to you the members of the class of 2020 as qualified candidates for the State of Maryland diploma. At this time, it's my pleasure to welcome Mr. Eric Grannon.
By virtue of the authority vested in the Board of Education of Anne Arundel County under the laws of the State of Maryland, I do now award diplomas evidencing the satisfactory completion of the prescribed course of studies to the students of South River High School who have been recommended for graduation by the faculty of this school. Congratulations on this wonderful accomplishment and all of your hard work.
Arham Abbas. Marissa Martini Abdenor. Jason Philip Adams. Sean Riley Adams. Aisha Akbari, summa cum laude. Peter Gregory Alex Andritas. Raymond Dave Humawid Amor, summa cum laude. Christian Franklin Anderson. Rafael Ignacio Arias. Francisco Miguel Arroyo Diaz. Bridget Olivia Asmund, summa cum laude. Nathan Ah, summa cum laude. Russell Lee Austin. Karen Ruby Avalar, summa cum laude. Nicholas Ralph Aversano. Sammy Ayad. Ryan Baca. Joseph Harrison Bach. Colin Beckley. Tyler James Bailey. Spencer Allen Baird, summa cum laude. Lindsay Alexa Bacall. Zachary Kavanaugh Baker. Bradley Stephen Ball. McGuire James Ballard, summa cum laude. Isaac Churchill Barber. Miranda Marie Barilla. Caitlin Elizabeth Barker. Samuel Aaron Barrett. Megan Helene Berry, summa cum laude. Evan James Beard. Jessica Opal Besh. Chesney Gaines Bell. Kanan Ryan Bago. Precious Bandari. Kaylee Zeta Binkley. Matthew Stephen Biondi. Jabri Darnay Blango. Haley Madison Blumenfeld. David Matthias Bobby. Kayla Ann Bobick. Laurel Ann Bollinger. Crystal Joy Boatner. Haley Elizabeth Bausman. Devin Paul Bowman, summa cum laude. Lydia Ann Boyer, summa cum laude. Tommy Nicole Bresnahan. Morgan Lee Brookman. Frederick Mohan Brugman. Grace Elizabeth Buckley. Evan Lincoln Buckwater, summa cum laude. Wyatt Russell Bunting. Jacob Thomas Buenacorsi. Dylan Lee Burbank. Megan Anna Burgess. Daniel Patrick Burke Jr. Natalie Ann Burke. Ashlyn Ray Burrows, summa cum laude. Matthew Ryan Byers. Juan Sebastian Caicedo. Dylan Gregory Callahan. Madison Dawn Cantor. Jason Carball, Amelie Sophia Carmichael, Nicholas Alexander Carrick, Efrain Cartagena Flores, Laura Michelle Carter, Morgan Lynn Carter, summa cum laude.
Nyla Carter, Leela Marie Casey, summa cum laude. Jalen Donnell Cash, Grace Caroline Casper, summa cum laude. Tess Sophia Casper, Hogan Jet Cassell, Brendan James Cassalee, Gabriella Judith Castillo, summa cum laude. Christian Robert Cato, Nicole Fox Simonelli, summa cum laude. Emma Ann Clark, Hope Madeline Cleary, Kiwan Colbert, Rylan Ariel Cole, Ian Coachelli, Jocelyn Nicole Compton, Jack Whitford Connolly, Megan Marie Connolly, Jordan Conti, Aiden Richard Cook, Faith Elizabeth Cosgrove, summa cum laude. Jillian Margaret Cox, Noah Christopher Cox, Melina Paris Kramer, Melvin Lamont Creek Jr., Giovanni Renee Cocker, Bethann Cruz, Selvin Cruz Rivera, Madeline Doyle Curry, Megan Ruth Kurtner, summa cum laude. Kyle Matthew Chumak, Alexa Brienne D'Angelo, Haley Elizabeth Darnley, summa cum laude. Amelia Grace Davis, Kyler Davis, summa cum laude. Victoria Elise Davis, Caroline Grace Davison, summa cum laude. Luke William Dawson, Keith Lawrence Day, Elizabeth Rebecca Dean, Kyle Bay DeHaven, Parker Joseph Diener, Alyssa Kelly Page Delaney, Anthony Philip DeLizio, Sophia Lillian DeMayo, Rebecca Grace DeVore, Henry Alfredo Diaz Ornez, Riley Grace Dillahay, summa cum laude. Carly Eileen Dixon, Jessica Gibson Dodson, summa cum laude. Charles Lawrence Dorr, Joseph Michael Dollinger, summa cum laude. Lincoln Doney, Jared William Donnelly, Kira Joanne Doyle, summa cum laude. Jenna Marie Drescher. Stephen Nathaniel Drum. Jaden Gary Duffy. McKenna Lorraine Elliott. Noah John Erdley. Asa Alexander Evans. Lance Gable North Faircloth. Marissa Marie Nye Falzone, summa cum laude. Suzanne Elizabeth Faulkner. Austin Michael Farr. Catherine Sue Fehrenbacher, summa cum laude. Carmela Elizabeth Feldman. Bradley Martin Fetzer. Audrey Nicole Filling. Jocelyn Elizabeth Filius.
Thomas Matthew Fisher, summa cum laude. Brady Michael Fitzgerald. Julia Rebecca Fitzwater. Melody Price Fitzwater. Dennis Anthony Flake. Catherine Alejandra Flores Cartagena. Cole Walker Ford. Jane Vivian Ford. David Michael Faust II, summa cum laude. Nazir Abdul Khalid Franklin Branch. Wyatt Joseph Frederick. Christian Ruben Fuentes. Chase Winston Gailey. Kevin Orlando Garcia. Charles Robert Garofalo, Jr. Paige Dorothea Garrison. Jameson Payne Gaskins. Kaylee Mia Ashley Geis, summa cum laude. Caitlin May Gibson, summa cum laude. Mary Elizabeth Gibson. Taylor Nicole Glasscock. George Joseph Glenn. Alexis Jordan Glinky, summa cum laude. Anna Michelle Goforth, summa cum laude. Catherine Gonzalez. Jackson Owen Good. Timothy James Gooding. Jeremiah Christopher Goodman, Jr. Mary Elise Gorski, summa cum laude. Jordan Donnell Gould. Alexis Lane Grant, summa cum laude. Lindsay Marie Green, summa cum laude. Tamaya Lane Green. Nadia Marie Grice. Christopher Lewis Hagan, summa cum laude. John David Hare. Jacob Michael Haley, summa cum laude. Joseph Emil Harge. Evan Brady Hartnett, summa cum laude. Katie Ellen Harvin, summa cum laude. Allie Gordon Hassania, summa cum laude. Samara Caitlin Hatley, summa cum laude. Alexis Brooke Hop. Liam Daniel Hay. Declan Sabri Hayes, summa cum laude. Annie Livingston Heller, summa cum laude. Sean Devin Hemphill. Valerie Shannon Henderson. Autumn Claire Henkin, summa cum laude. Sage Alexander Henkin, summa cum laude. Anthony Joseph Henry III. Ingrid Joanna Hercules Doraday. Jamie Lynn Herman. Cameron Bailey Hewitt. William Donald Higgins. Nicholas Michael Hill. Wesley Raymond Hill. Abigail Elizabeth Hines. Gayatri Yogesh Hapara, summa cum laude. Ethan Brady Hislop, summa cum laude. Sabrina Laura Hodges. Mason Allen Hoffman. Vaughn Christopher Hood, summa cum laude. Patrick Ryan Horan. Daniel James Houchins. Gwyneth Marie Houchins. Alyssa Michelle Howard. Caroline Berrigan Howells. James Henry Hoy, Jr. Muhammad Sahid Hussein. Jillian Hope Inman.
Julius John Ish, summa cum laude. Joseph Ashwin Jacob. Danielle Iman Jensen, summa cum laude. Janae Alicia Mae Johnson. Kara Danielle Johnson. Alexi McKenna Jones. Christian Henry Jones. Emma Corinne Jones. Robert Mason Jones. John Andrew Jr. Alexandra Rose Cans. Amanda Lee Kappas. Reagan John Carr. Ishmeet Carr. Kylie Margarita Keating. Heidi Nicole Keckler, summa cum laude. Samuel Thomas Keeney, summa cum laude. Zoe Janine Keys, summa cum laude. Caroline Nair Kelly, summa cum laude. Riley Torchia Kelly, summa cum laude. Claire Elizabeth Kennedy, summa cum laude. Connor James Kennedy. Sean Kim. Brandon Nicholas Kirk. Jack Thomas Klaus. William Earl Knapp II. Joshua David Nopel. Cameron Hall Kovac. Logan Jeffrey Kovac. Cassandra Hope Kozalik. Jordan Don Kushto. Christopher Gerald Kyle. Joseph Franklin Lagarius. Zachary Michael Lauer. Brian Jose Landaverte Senorino. Rachel Nicole Langwell. Joseph Stephen Lanham. Gabriela Noel LaRocca. Marissa K. Latour, summa cum laude. Justin David Lauer. Dylan Mario Lavat. Anthony Mark Lazio. Jenna Haley Lazo. Caitlin Renee Lee. Destiny Jade Lee. Hannah Nicole Lee. Jessie Samantha Lee. Michael Thomas Lee. Jacob Ray Allen Leftrick. Sarah Elizabeth Lazier. Madeline Grace Lenkert, summa cum laude. Sean Michael Leonard. Joseph Alfred Lewis, summa cum laude. Kelly Eileen Lewis. Jennifer Melissa Lemma. Chase Alexander Linger. Kevin Thomas Lippincott. Grace Sophia Lloyd. Kristen Lynn Lloyd. Emily Taylor Lockwood. Joshua Joseph LaJudas. Catherine Talua Loisel, summa cum laude. Mary Louise Long. Joshua Paul Longo. David William Loomis, summa cum laude. Daniel Alexander Lopez Rodriguez. Andrew Donald Lowe. Chadwick Dale Lowe, Jr. Cheyenne Madison Lustig, summa cum laude.
Gretchen Scott Lutz, summa cum laude. Delaney Michelle Lynch. Ian Joseph Lynch Schuster, summa cum laude. Shannon Engel Mack. Michaela Ann McGuire. Arvelin Mahaen Drakumar. Luke Paul Malloy. Benjamin Cree Maranto. Rosa Danielle Marcelino. Jameson Grace Marcerone, summa cum laude. Melanie Nicole Marcerone. Alexandra Rose Marston. Jayla Tanae Martin. Alexis Nicole Maruka. Anton Jacob Matala. Blake Anthony Mathau. Jesse Hill McClanahan. Paige Meredith McCloskey. Jordan May McConville, summa cum laude. Joseph Thomas McDermott, summa cum laude. Joseph Lee McDonald, summa cum laude. Tyler Dwayne McDonald. John William McElhaney.
Nolan Ryan McGee. William Edward McGee. Isabel Rose McGuire, summa cum laude. Caitlin Teresa McGurk, summa cum laude. Danielle Rose McKnight. Catherine Leachy McLean. Morgan Haley McLean. Molly Rose McQueenie, summa cum laude. Grace Evelyn McWaters, summa cum laude. Molly Teresa Melachar. Mark Anthony Mendez, summa cum laude. Matthew Richard Meredith, summa cum laude. Nicholas Andrew Merton, summa cum laude. Donald Maurice Mestis IV. Alexa Rose Myers. Elizabeth Morgan Mezin. Sophia Margaret Mikulski Cooper. Ashley Nicole Mikulka. Jillian Danielle McCutsky. Zechariah James Miller. Thane Orion Moeller. Anna Lara Monahan. Donald William Monahan IV. Elizabeth Jeannie Monahan, summa cum laude. Robert Joseph Morgan. Kimberly Ann Morrissey, summa cum laude. Rochelle Joanna Mascasco Morales. Nayeli Beant Murillo Lorena. Joseph Connor Murphy. Nicole Marie Murray. Jenna Nicole Sandra Myers. Christopher John Nally. James Bernard Nelson. Caitlin Corinne Nichols. Julian Elijah Nobis. Riley Finn Nolan. Valentina de los Angles Novillo Alvarez. Daniel Nunez Suarez. Colby Ryan Nuthall, summa cum laude. Cody Agawa, summa cum laude. Patrick Michael O'Hagan, Jr. Francis George O'Hara. Rachel Aaron O'Neill, summa cum laude. 6. Elizabeth Orange. Gracia Ann Degua Pacheco, summa cum laude. Leo Charles Patcher, summa cum laude.
Dominic Alexander Page. Dilfredo Palma Solar. Matthew Riley Parks, summa cum laude. Justice Addie Parsons. Sharmi Patel, summa cum laude. Joab Isai Patino. Jackson Kyle Pedersen. Kelly Jane Peed, summa cum laude. Kyle Stephen Pennell. Hadley Lene Perez. Theodore James Pasagno, Jr. Andrew Donald Peterson, summa cum laude. Michael Stone Peterson. Sam Lewis Peterson. Leah Christine Pickering, Sarah Mackenzie Pearson, Karen Cynthia Pollux, Jaden Madison Poole, Ty Michael Portlock, Gina Carmela Pastorino, William Lee Potter, Jocelyn Marie Pratt, Clay Jackson Pruitt, Shannon Marie Price, Joshua Lawrence Preby, Nicholas Todd Rains, summa cum laude, Devin Alexander Randall, Samuel Cooper Raymond, Juan Carlos Recinos Portillo, Joshua Robert Redding, Ashley Meadow Reed, Grayson John Reese, Darby Elizabeth Reinhardt summa cum laude, Alex Early Rice, Bryce Rachel Ricewolf summa cum laude, Jennifer Elise Ricker, Jacob Tobias Rimland, Kayla Itavina Rivera, Mason Frederick Roby, Ingrid Yorlene Rodriguez, Devin Scott Rogers, Kristen Helena Ross, Madison Hope Ravendro, Ella Grace Rovnick summa cum laude, Jamani Lene Roy, Grant Alexander Rudisil, Gabriela Esperanza Ruiz, Catherine Elizabeth Russell summa cum laude, Dylan Kwame Russell Papavasilio, Austin Schuyler Rutherford, Madeline Rose Salet, Nathan Allen Sandvik, Ernest Charles Sappington III, Kiera Siobhan Sachs summa cum laude, Dylan Ives Saxman, Tessa Puyan Showerman, Alexa Danielle Schmaldienst, Maxwell Frederick Schoneborn, Carolyn Grace Sears, Nathan Michael Selby, Amy Taylor Schenk, Aaron Taylor Schenk, Lee Grace Shapley summa cum laude, Christopher Andrew Sheridan, Andrew Michael Shields summa cum laude, Connor Michael Shields, Connor Stewart Shields, Mackenzie Aline Shields, Haley Ann Shipe, Taylor Elizabeth Shipley, Georgianne Brett Shuey, Kevin Joseph Sieber summa cum laude, Erica Joan Simmons, Logan Ross Smith, Nolan Davis Scott Smith. Shane Kenneth Smith. Charlotte Jane Smiles.
Harley Elizabeth Sneed. Eric Michael Sonberg. Ryan Jane Spangler. Kayla Ray Sparks. Tajay Simone Ibrion Sparrow. Justin Josiah Spellhog. Isaiah Keyshawn Spells. Shane Allen Spicknell. Kyle Dewey Sprague. Matthew Henry Thomas Stansel. Craig Antoine Stanford Jr. Justin Richard Stempowski. Kalinda Marie Stengel Summa Cum Laude. Claire Patricia Stevenson. Lydia Ashley Stevens. William Brian Stevens. Todd Crosby Stith. Kayla Michelle Stockett. Faith Danielle Stotsky. Ty William Strawbridge Summa Cum Laude. Cameron Scott Strickland. William Bradley Stroshine. Lauren Jeanette Stroop. Ryan Douglas Stewart. Jenna Elizabeth Suit, Summa Cum Laude. Andrew Thomas Sullivan. Lexi Paige Sullivan. Alexis Marie Sullivan Reck. Haley Ann Swall. Saya Dior Ari Sweeney. Jasmine Star Swingle. Kevin Ming Tang Summa Cum Laude. Dawson Carmi Taylor. Garrett Hugh Taylor. Lauren Diane Taman. Sarah Ann Turnius. Evan Callan Thick. Isaac Jeremiah Thomas. Uma Rahul Tikaker Summa Cum Laude. Brandon David Timmons. Malia Padovan Tokay Summa Cum Laude. Seth Christopher John Torres. Christopher James Townsend. William Barrett Travis II. Joshua Mills Trailer. Hugh Francis Triggs III. Corey James Troxler. Olivia Ann Tumulty. Claire Elise Toomey Summa Cum Laude. Dalila Lisith Velasquez. Jacqueline Adriana Venable Croft Summa Cum Laude. Aiden Aloysius Beeson. Jordan Marie Vincent. Cameron Patrick Voigt. Kevin Joseph Valentine. Wyatt William Vonderhyde. Raina Constance Verbensky, summa cum laude. Amanda Margaret Walker. Phaedra Lene Wallace. Deborah Francis Wallach. Alexander Garrett Ward, summa cum laude. Hunter Reynolds Ward. Ari Jackson Wash, summa cum laude. Garrett Kent Weaver. Anya Christine White. Grace Christine Weller. Dorsey Daniel Werner. Jordan Nicole Wheeler. Zachary Christopher Wheeler. Matthew Douglas White. Sarah Gail White. Megan Marie Wilborn. Peyton Reese Wilder, summa cum laude. Amanda Suzanne Williams. Austin Taylor Williams. Cohen Lloyd Williams. Evelyn Falcone Williams. Jamari Marcus Darrell Williams. Justin Christopher Williams. Jeremy Thomas Wise. Dylan Jacob Wolf. Amaya Nicole Wood. Brianna Elise Wood. Marlena Nicole Wood. Austin Christopher Wooden. Sarah Lorraine Wooten. Aiden Kwame Workman. Alexandra Lynn Yates. Austin Hunter Yates. Brian Timothy Yoder. Ryan Michael Yost. David Michael Zeiss. Gerald Eugene Zadanovich, summa cum laude.
Mr. Myers will now introduce our next speaker, chosen after a competition with other summa cum laude graduates for the privilege of addressing you today. She will deliver the farewell address.
Students who have earned summa cum laude honors are allowed to compete to be selected as our second graduation speaker. This student has the honor of delivering the farewell address for the class of 2020. This year's winner will attend the University of Southern California, Los Angeles, where she will major in pre-med psychobiology. It's my pleasure to introduce to you Miss Molly McQueenie.
To my teachers, classmates, and our families, my name is Molly McQueenie, and it is my privilege to welcome you all to our one-of-a-kind graduation. To start off, I hope that you and your families are healthy and well. In the midst of a world pandemic, we are still here to celebrate our successes. While everything else in the world is slowing, we are still moving forward. And for that, I would like to thank the entirety of AACPS personnel and teachers for pulling together to celebrate the senior class of 2020. Now, I won't tell you this went exactly as planned, but this is not the first nor the last hardship our generation will face. It seems no coincidence that we learn the lesson now that life is inherently not fair. Despite the fact that the future is one to be worried about, I want to remind you all what does not need to be worried about. We need not worry that there are things to be missed when we can look forward towards everything to be gained. We need not worry about what is to come when we can always stand tall from our roots. Our successes are vast, and our generation has great ability to match the great responsibility we must shoulder. Now, as we all move towards the intangible infinity of growing up, I want us to remember that our generation was chosen to be one of a kind. We have the entire world watching us navigate these afflictions. I believe that is for a reason, that we have the most to prove. So I urge you to use your voice, to follow your passions, and to pursue greatness with ferocity. In a fast-paced society of innovation and advancement, what we need above all else is the ability to know right from wrong and the courage to act upon it. Former First Lady Michelle Obama told our generation, "Don't ever underestimate the impact you can have, because history has shown us that courage can be contagious and hope can take on a life of its own." When I envision my peers from the last 4 years, I am overwhelmed by the capability and passion I see. I wish for us all to be courageous and hopeful in the tide of change. While we all began as Seahawks, we are now leaving the nest. Where we go next may initially seem like a solitary journey, but I am here to remind you that once a Seahawk, always a Seahawk. The thing about family is that there are so many layers of communities that support and care for you. Beyond your immediate loved ones is an army of friends, teachers, mentors, and community members here for you. With all that being said, I want to talk about success. The success in which you can end each day knowing that you are contributing to making this floating rock in space a better place. Our generation will be doers. Our generation will radically transform the mountains we climb. We will graciously take what is given to us and make it better. We will lift our communities with us as we pursue education, give talent to the workforce, and dare to assume our roles in society. Although I'm currently giving this speech to an empty room, I remain connected to each and every one of you through the memories of the last 4 years. We are one of a kind, and we will change the world. I'm honored to be a part of this class, this generation, and this community. It is time for us to spread our Seahawk wings and fly. Congratulations, and thank you.
Graduates, please stand to signify that we are graduates of South River High School and have been awarded a Maryland State Department of Education diploma. Students will now move their tassels from the right to the left. This concludes our graduation ceremony. Thank you for joining us today in these unexpected and challenging circumstances to celebrate this milestone in our lives. We wish everyone the best in the adventures to come.
Aye.